Keyword, the locker room.
How you make this, Jay?
Welcome back to Foot Goals. I know it's been a while. How are you doing, my man Ivan?
Doing good, man. Keeping busy, enjoying soccer like always.
Love it, love it. To the people that are watching for your first time, or the people that are coming back to watch Foot Goals, I am Fajardo 1BW, and this is Foot Goals, which is also part of the Locker Room hockey show. So, welcome. We're here to talk about one of the biggest moments in, I guess, MLS history, and one of the bigger trending pieces of news for soccer in general, or football, depending on where you live, right? And it's the Leo Messi going to Inter Miami after leaving PSG. And it is big news because for the MLS, it's the biggest name that they've had come to the MLS since Zlatan Ibrahimovic, I would say. How do you feel about this, Ivan?
It's exciting for the league, man. Hopefully it'll be enticing for a lot of European high-level players to want to come over here, and hopefully it'll bring the level of the American Soccer League a little bit higher.
Mm-hmm. Good. I mean, me personally, I kind of have like a mixed bag of feelings about this, because it's nice to have a big name like that, come into the market of MLS, and it's a double-edged sword, right? Because it's like, if he comes here and he dominates like he did when he was younger, then the MLS continues to be the joke of the soccer world, right? But if he comes here and he gets shut down and he can't do the magic stuff that he's known for, right? Now it takes MLS to another step. It's like, well, if they can shut him down and he's still supposed to have some magic left in those feet, well, then, where does MLS really stand? Can they really maybe start competing with some of these European teams that are considered, big monster houses compared to the MLS? It kind of brings up that question on both sides, and obviously one of them is going to be answered as soon as the next season starts. But with Messi coming over, one of the other things that happens is there's a lot of big name in the free agent market, and it could entice a lot of those names to come over to the MLS, which is nice. But you know how it is, right? Well, I never played with the best player that ever lived, or the GOAT, or one of the GOATs, right? I want to go play with him. I'm pretty sure Inter Miami cannot afford every single player that wants to come over and play with him, right? So, but it may be an influx of European players that may be on their last legs in the European side that try to come over. And again, it brings up that trivial question. Is MLS at a higher level than retirees coming to play? Or are we just a retiring league? How do you feel about this?
You bring a lot of great points there, man. Definitely with that. Does it actually make the league better, having better players like him? That's a good question. I would say that we need to focus really mostly to make the league better on using these players as examples of greatness for the younger players coming into the teams. That's a whole different story, though, because you have to then focus on the college level soccer and things like that, because that's the way that our soccer leagues work in the country here versus Europe. But I would like to think that it would be enticing enough for younger players to maybe want to give it a shot out to come here and play with, Messi and players like that, or maybe able to play against players like that, just to see if they're good for it,
Yeah, I mean, let's take a look how he looks in the Inter Miami stuff, right? So this is how Leo Messi will look in the Inter Miami uniform with the upcoming season. Shout out to Footmob, always providing us with a lot of information. One of the things that I will say is that When Leo Messi went to PSG, it was big news, right? Because he finally left Barcelona, which was the only team that he really played for in his professional career. Um, and we always had the question, can he make it elsewhere, right? I mean, let's take a look at his stats, right? Here in La Liga, he started when he was 18 in the 2004-2005 campaign. As an 18-year-old, got to play 7 games, only had 1 goal. The following season, he played 17 games, 6 goals. And then, as you see, the amount of games he played got up to the highest level and highest number that it could. And he started putting up numbers, right? Eventually, he learned how to pass the ball and get assists, right? But as you see, his numbers stay up, stay up, stay up. They go up, they go up. And as soon as he left La Liga, he went to PSG for 2 years, where his numbers dwindled severely. Like, this is not what you expect a superstar of Messi's caliber to produce. I mean, obviously it's better than the average player. So he went from like a GOAT to like an okay good player. You know what I mean? Like, you expect this from like, you know, like your second tier superstar, not your top tier superstar. So, you know, is Messi too old? Is the game passed him by? Is it too much? Yes, he just won a World Cup, but you don't do that by yourself, and he definitely wasn't the person that carried the team. He may have led the team, but he didn't carry the team. There's a big difference in that statement. Right? So he was a crucial part of their team. He definitely led them in in the sense of leadership, right? Where he led the team in that fashion. But even points wise, it was different. It wasn't the Leo Messi that you're accustomed to in Barcelona. And obviously in PSG, you know, first season didn't go as planned, right? He only had 6 goals, 14 assists, right? And the following season, which was last season, he had 16 goals and 16 assists, which is a drastic improvement from the season before. He also played about 6 more games, right? So, I mean,
still a huge drop off from when he was in Barcelona.
Exactly.
If you still look at that.
Yeah, if you look at the last season that he had for Barcelona, right, which technically was a drop off from the previous season before he left, he had 30 goals, 9 assists. Right, the season before they had 25 goals, 21 assists. Right, so you see here, he's cultivating 40 plus. Here was a drop down under 40, which kind of made you start questioning. And then here, you're not even hitting. You just hit 20 on the first season. You just got above 30 on the second season. So there might still be something left, but it's kind of like, where are we with it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I also think that he probably was focusing more on the national team around that time. That also has a huge factor to do with it. Also, you know, I don't know if that's a compliment to maybe the French league. Maybe they have more difficult teams than the Spanish league would do when you're in a top, you know, team.
I just think that
it's also tough to get into. There's so many stars in that team.
Yeah. There are a lot of great players in PSG. I also think that the style of play in each team is different, right? His ability to conform to the new team or adjust to the new team is one of those that is not easy to do, right? Obviously, you take a look at another person who's considered the GOAT, the great one, Cristiano Ronaldo, and you think, well, you know, how is it that he can go from team to team and, you know, just score endlessly regardless of what team he's on? Well, there's a difference between the two types of styles. They're both great players. Cristiano works really hard, whereas Messi has more given, like, birth talent. But at the end of the day, you know, even Cristiano's having a difficult time in the current league that he's in, the Al Hilal. Is that how you say it?
Yes.
Al Hilal, right? He's joined this team, right? Everybody knows it's a huge payday for him, right? But he hasn't meshed well with the team, and it's definitely made his numbers look horrific from what he had at Manchester his last season, or even that first half of the season that he was there. Because you look at the season prior to that season where he only played half for Manchester and then the other half for this team that he's on, and you see that he was still one of the top strikers in the Premier League. Regardless, and he had just came from Juventus, where he was also doing big numbers there, goal wise. So his transition has normally been well, but now you look at Ronaldo. He is the older of the two. He looks like maybe his time might be up. You hate to see it, right? And maybe the paycheck is all that he's playing for at this point, right? We don't know, but that's what it looks like. Now you look at Messi, where his numbers started dwindling. A little bit of a revival now in 2020, the 22-23 season, where he got more points. He got 32 points, but now he's going to the MLS, which a lot of Europeans call the retirement league. So if he comes here and he doesn't perform at that level, is it the league that has gotten their quality to the point where they can stop someone of that nature? Or is it that he just lost it all and now he's dwindling just for the paycheck? Right? That's the question. I mean, if anybody has a comment on that, please let us know. In the comment section, and we'll definitely get back to you and share our opinions on this. Anything else you want to add to this?
Let's just see what happens in the next upcoming season, and it's going to be a very interesting one. I wonder who else is going to come following this crazy news.
Yeah, I mean, so far, it's not even 24 hours yet, and there's some decently big names or some highly thought of names that have been said to be looking to go to Inter now. You have the names of like Luis Suarez, Busquets. There's some free agents like Benzema, who's never played with him, has always played against him, that might be looking to say, hey, I can go play there. But I think Benzema has already looked somewhere else to the same league that Ronaldo's in, I believe. I think you informed us a little bit earlier on this.
Yeah, I'm not going to say the name of the team out of respect for them because I do not really know how to pronounce it. I do not want to butcher it.
Okay.
But it sounds like, the next two leagues to kind of watch out for the future, man, are going to be the MLS League and the Saudi Arabian League. It really looks like they're trying to build up. Let's see what happens. Do you think that Messi, I have a question for you. Do you think that Messi is scared of going to Saudi Arabia because he doesn't want to have the circus of Ronaldo versus Messi again?
I mean, honestly, I think that they both need it. If it was me, I would have gone. I would have gone and done that, because I think that when you have two goats, right, go against each other, it just elevates their gameplay to a whole nother level that is not matched by anybody else, or it's not seen in any other place. Like when they played against each other, they pushed themselves to that next level. Like Ronaldo was not trying to lose to Messi, and Messi was not trying to lose to Ronaldo. Like it just elevates your game. Like, nah, I have to be better. You know what I mean? Like I can't lose to him. They could be the best friends out off the pitch, but on the pitch, you know that you have that hate. Like I need to be the best. I cannot let this guy beat me because he's gonna talk hella shit. I can't do that. No, I have to be better. And I think that since they both separated from the same league, when Ronaldo left La Liga, you kind of saw it in Messi's play. It just started kind of like, it wasn't the same. There wasn't the same intensity. It just kind of just went down, and it had nothing to do with him, not trying, or the team not trying, or not having Real Madrid still be a very powerful team and stuff like that. It's just that circus wasn't there. It didn't fuel their energy, and I think that they really need each other in order to propel themselves to greatness like that.
Yeah, you always need a challenge, especially when you're playing at that high level.
Yeah, no,
something
for sure.
To push yourself
for sure. Well, if anybody has, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, I wonder if that's when his numbers started dropping like significantly after he left. Ronaldo.
When did Ronaldo leave?
2019.
2019. Let's see. No, I mean his numbers stood for fairly around the same numbers, but let me see. If he left 2019, I mean, it's not really a drop off. I mean, these numbers are ridiculous, right? It went from like 49 points in the 2018-2019 season, and then the next season it dropped down to 46 points. So not too big of a drop off, but then in the following season it went down to 39. Like these are still incredibly high numbers for a player. You know what I mean? Like these are not regular numbers for anybody.
Especially his age too.
Both of them are ridiculous right now. The fact that they're setting these high numbers at such, I guess, an elder age is what you would consider it. They're not old by any fashion, but in the sports world, they're past their prime. You would think, right? But they're still putting up all these high numbers. You know, it's not really that. I don't think that they're past their prime because of their age. I just think that they're probably past their prime because the competition level is different now, right? There's newer tricks and there's younger players. There's more energy in that fashion. But again, I think that circus that they had between each other just kept them at the top of their game throughout their whole career. You know, it was always the
game
Ronaldo,
itself is
Messi.
also changing so much.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so many things have changed, so many differences. But you know what? They both still have things left in the tank. Obviously, Ronaldo has a lot of things that he needs to build on, improve in that Saudi Arabian league. And now with Messi in the MLS, there's going to be a lot of things he has to prove, right? Whether he still has something. I mean, technically, you know, winning the World Cup has goated him officially, but you still have to play. You still gotta, you know, you're not playing for a dummy either. You're playing for someone who knows the game, another legend in his own right with David Beckham, right? So you look at that whole scenario and you think, okay, well, you know, Messi's gonna have to do something here. It isn't like he could just come in and just I'm okay. I don't have to play that hard. No, you're gonna have to play hard. He brought you in to win, and you're gonna have to show that magic that you have. You know,
it's gonna be great, man. Can't wait for the season.
For sure. So, anybody that has any comments, please put them down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We would appreciate any help that we can. And let us know if you want to hear about any other soccer news or you want to talk about soccer or anything like that. We're thinking about bringing the show back full time along with the hockey stuff. You know, obviously with the locker room, we have a podcast coming soon. And, soccer may be another podcast that we do as well. So let us know what you think and what you would like to see from us. Appreciate it. I'm for Harder 1BW. That right there, that's my man Ivan. And we'll see you in the next episode. Peace.
Bye, guys.